And this is AubreyS from Brownsville Games, and yep, if you're watching this, you must be a fan of game shows because I'm going to be doing some long plays of my very favorite game shows, and one great game show in mind that I honestly can't wait to play is The Price is Right. Yeah, that's right, your favorite household name of a game show is on my desktop. And I actually like this version because there's so many ways that you can play this game. There's a lot of customization here. Again, my dude, Big John PC Games. From the past, I downloaded this like, what, 5, 6 years ago. I imagine there must be newer versions, but I actually really like this version. I grew up a lot with it, and I'm going to play it with, hopefully, with your intent of watching today. So how we're going to do this? Well, there's so many ways that you can edit the game. So for example, there's a way where you can essentially create your TV mode size to be a certain way. You can have the TV light borders if you like that. There's a half-hour mode. There's a customization TV mode if you want to play with that. There's the Drew $1 Million mode, which we're actually going to play today because this is the version where we will have a $1 million spectacular where at some point I can be playing for $1 million in a particular game. So this right here is pretty cool, and I like the fact that if you're running it on an older machine, which is kind of how I started. I used to play these game shows on like these old Dell Inspiron systems and ultimately on my Lenovo ThinkPad laptop. But now I'm using a brand new, newer machine, and yeah, just that alone in terms of the customization on top of what's here on the screen is enough for me to enjoy playing it. So what we're going to do is we're going to actually have what is the TV version. We're going to do a full hour. But before we do that, we kind of need to edit the audience because, yeah, in order for me to play, I have to be selected into contestants row. So right here, I have 22 slots. I could have expanded it to be a bit larger, could have made it a bit smaller, but I figured this will be a fun challenge because, you know what? I can essentially pick and choose out of these particular slots where I want to be, and then hopefully I can be able to, partake in a game of The Price is Right. Well, regardless if it's my name or someone else's name, I'll be playing every single game. But here's the cool focus. Anytime that my name pops up and I win out of contestants row, whatever prize I earn will be what I keep, right? So if it doesn't land on my name, I'll still play it, but I don't really win anything. So I hope that makes sense. So anyway, I'm going to leave it at 22 because what I want to do is I want to go to game options and I want to change it from 22 to 20. And the reason why I want to do that is because when I go to the audience editor, oh, it really didn't change. Let me see. Is it because if I do this? Nope, that's to edit the actual games. That's not what I want. Yeah, that's another cool thing. You can actually pick the games that you want to play, but we're not going to do that. I kind of want to make it super random. So what I'm going to do is go back to the game options. It's TV mode. What I'll also do, I'll probably quit the game and then go back. And if I do this, okay, so it doesn't really change much, but the point is now I'm going to actually put my names in. Since there's technically 22 spaces, although it shouldn't be 22, I'm going to double check one more time. Yep, it just reverted back to where I started. So it's going to be 22. Let's assume that I'll take 6 of these particular spaces. So I'm going to select the 6 spaces that I will include my name. I'll select them randomly. And again, if my name pops up into contestants row and I win anything, it's mine to keep. So cool incentive and also a cool challenge. And let's see by the end of the show how much money in cash and prizes I've actually accumulated. So we're going to play TV mode, and we are going to do the $1 million spectacular. And yes, there's a certain number that you can get, and the only way you get to maintain it is if you win the $1 million or something. But anyway, Here it is, better than ever, the $1 million spectacular of The Price is Right. And watch how ridiculous these prizes can be on this show. So here we are, being randomized. Number 19, come on down. So that's not me. And I got picked, so I will be in the contestants row for the first item up for bid shortly. Let's see if I can pull a second one out. Nope. Instead it's 5. And let's see if I can snag a second one. No. Okay, so it's 7. So 7 is coming on down because they are the first 4 contestants on the Price is Right $1 million spectacular. Alrighty. So let's see what happens as we play with the first item up for bids on the $1 million spectacular, which is funny because it's actually the same type of time that you would normally watch The Price is Right, and I'm playing it right now, so that's kind of cool. Anywho, first item up for bids is a Deering Good Time Banjo. So I essentially get 4 bids, but only 1 really counts, and that's if it lands under my name. So it's kind of like fake bid, real bids. So I'll put maybe 1,700. My actual bid for me to earn some money, I'll put 1,950, 2,000, and 7 gets a $1 bid. So let's see. Actual retail price for the banjos is 1,500. Ugh. All over bid except for 7. 7 becomes the first recipient of that prize. I don't get to win that prize, but I do get to play the first pricing game and see if I can give number 7 some awesome prizes to go along with that banjo, or even cash. But so far, it's a NASCAR pinball machine that I'm playing for. We're playing Trader Bob. So select the price you believe is higher than the price of the air pick appliance. Is it the can crusher or the ice cream maker? I think it's definitely the ice cream maker. And the water picks are pretty expensive though. I think I might have made a mistake. All right, let's see. Now select the price you believe is higher in price than the GE ice cream maker. Is it a teapot clock or a popcorn maker? I'm going to pick the popcorn maker. Price of the teapot is 18 bucks. So now we're going to move on to the next pair of items. Again, playing for a pinball machine. Now, select the product you believe is higher in price than the popcorn maker. Is it the Xbox 360? Yeah, that's how old this game is. Charge kit or the Sleeping Beauty costume? I don't know. Oh, as in like the actual costume of Sleeping Beauty. So how much is a popcorn maker? That's the first question you gotta ask yourself. I think the Xbox charger is hella high, like super expensive. So I'm gonna pick that. The Sleeping Beauty costume costs $73. Damn, I screwed up on that one. I don't think the charger kit is that expensive, but it's definitely cheaper than 73 bucks. So the water pick is 37 bucks. The ice cream maker is 40 bucks. The popcorn maker is 45 bucks. And the charge kit, if it's higher than 45, of course I screwed up on that one. That was the last one that I needed to win. So unfortunately, I did not win that game. But you know what? I learned something new today. It's pretty expensive to get yourself a Sleeping Beauty costume. Anywho, number 16 comes down. She's the new, or it is the new player of The Price is Right. And now we're playing for Michael C. Fina. See, notice how I know what MCF means. That's when you know I'm a gamer head, a game show head especially. It's a diamond gold bracelet. So let's see. 16 would wager, let's say 1,400. 19 wagers 1,000. I'm gonna say 1,300 as my actual bid, and 5 gets a $1 bid. I don't think the $1 bid is gonna matter here. Actual retail price is $1,841. Player 16 wins. So I was playing it a little bit too conservatively there. And player 16 is now on the stage, and I can imagine that this is going to be a big, large surprise that's going to rock everyone's mind. Oh, it's actually Plinko. Okay, and I can imagine that this might be the $1 million game. Like right here, you can win up to $100,000. And Plinko is a pretty straightforward game. You get a chip, so you get at least $20,000 to play for, but you get more chips every time you solve each of these particular items. Like for instance, is the first number 3, or is the 4 the last number in the price of the toy robot? I'm pretty sure that the toy robot is expensive, so I'm thinking the last price, I'm going to pick 4 as in the last number is 4. Is it 4? No, it's actually $36, so I'm wrong. Is the 2 the first number, or is the 8 the last number in the price of the Slender Blender? I'm going to pick 2. 2 is right. It's $25. You get yourself a chip. Next one. Is the 6 the first number, or is the 1 the last number in the price of the AccuTire digital tire gauge? That just sounds expensive, so I'm going to pick 6. Is it 6? No, it's not. It's actually $41 for it, so we got one more chance for you to earn a Plinko chip. Is the 1 the first number, or is the 5 the last number in the price of the Brother P-Touch label maker? I know that it is not a $10 product. I know that because I bought one from my office once. It's definitely a 5. And it's definitely an $85 price. Okay, so I'm playing up to $60,000. And all I have to do is take the chip, place it on the board, and hope that it lands on those big cash amounts. Well, there's $1,000, a $500, a $100, and then there is the $20,000 area. So let's see where this goes. I'm going to drop it right here. My first drop, I see 20 grand. More like 100. Okay, so that's 1. This is my second chip. The object is to get it in the middle, because that's worth $20,000, but that's $500, so that puts me up to 600. This will be my final chip, my final opportunity. Hopefully it's worth 20 grand. Oh, if it can actually stick. Here we go. Let's see, $20,000. I don't think it's going to happen. It's only going to be 100, so that's $700. And player 16 won $700 playing Plinko. Not as easy as it looks, ladies and gentlemen. We move on to the next item up for bids, but that requires a new player. So let's see who we will bring down from up. Another AubreyS. So now, if the math serves it right, I have a 50% chance of getting on the stage. The next item up for bids, it's a Hooker South Bay Dining Group and American Atelier Diningware. I hope I pronounce it. You get what I mean. I'm just tying up in words because there was so much to say, but I'm just tripped over the Hooker South Bay name. Anyway, let's see. Let's go with $2,000. All right, number 19 gets to wager. 1740. I don't know why I did that. I'm gonna pick a $1 bid because I kind of feel like we're all gonna go over. Let's go 1,400. The actual retail price is $6,075. That's a very expensive prize to have on Contestants Row. Wow. It's the most amount of money I've ever seen on just a Contestants Row prize. I'm hoping that I can get a $1 million challenge because I pulled that off. So I'm playing for a boat. All right, the Sun Tracker Party Barge 24 Signature. Don't know what the hell that means. But anyway, it's a pretty simple thing. I got to pick the price that is the value of that boat. Is it $18,101 or is it $25,608? I'm going to take a wild guess because I'm not a connoisseur of boats. But I'm thinking if it's a big-ass spectacular, I'm thinking they're giving out big-ass prizes. So I'm going to go for $25,608. No, too good to be true. $18,101 was the price of that boat. So, too bad. Didn't get the boat. But anyway, I'm in. the Showcase Showdown, though, which is the most important thing. Object is to try to get the wheel around to get close to $1 without going over. You get basically up to 2 spins to do it. If any player gets a combination of 2 spins that equals to $1, or exactly $1 on the nose, that's $1,000. And if I can land on those green spots here, that's 10 grand. If I land on the $1 sign again, that's 25,000. I can imagine this can be $1 million if one of us pulls that off. But for now, number 7 with $1,652 in prizes is starting first and already in a very nice position. Well, nearly 5 cents. I'm pretty sure that number 7 is going to have to spin on that. 95 cents will give it $1. Passes the 80, passes the 60, lands on 40. If it's 75, okay, that's where it is. So it's 45 cents. Puts number 7 in the driver's seat. Number 16 is going to spin. 45 cents is the price to beat at the moment. 50 cents would be enough. 65 cents will be pretty conservative. And we'll keep it. And why not? Because now number 16's in the lead. Now, I just got to beat 65 cents. If I get 70 or higher, that'll put me in the showcase at the end of the show, which would be pretty dope. But I got to beat 65 cents. I passed 75 cents. 95 cents is up there. 85 cents will be just as good, and I am keeping that because I am going to the showcase. So I'm moving on to the big-ass showcase at the end of the show. That's a guaranteed thing, and I'm hoping that I can get a lot more as a result at the end of the showcase. But for now, we're going to move on to the second half of the show, and who is the next contestant? Number 14 is now the next contestant on The Price is Right. I'm still one guy strong in contestant row, so I at least have a quarter of a shot of winning. Now, the next item up for... What is up with these hooker prizes? This is the second time I'm seeing a hooker prize. It's the Hooker Grand Terrace Dining Group and Dinnerware Collection Set. I gotta look up some of these prizes at the end of the show. Anyway, 14 has to bid. The last time we saw something that big, it was a $6,000 prize. So I can imagine it might go up that way, but I'm going to take the conservative route and put $27.50 as my actual bid. 5 is going to go $1. Let's see what happens. Actual retail price of the dinnerware is $6,200. Yes, I should have just outbidded everyone and gone for a big, much larger sum because that's how I won the first time. Anyway, let's see what's coming up for number 19. Number 19 is playing for a brand new Dodge Caliber. But that's not all. A new Scion XD. Oh no, it's one of those big multi-car prizes that the $1 million show only does. And the big one, the Cadillac XLR Platinum Convertible. It's triple play. Now, the game is pretty simple. You got to pick the price that's closest to the actual retail price without going over. So we got 2 prices right here for the Dodge Caliber. Is it $16,952 or is it $20,209? I got to pick the price that's closest to the actual retail without going over. I think the Caliber is definitely a $20,000 car. Is it closest without going over? That's right. The actual retail price is $20,296. Moving on to the next car. Remember, I got to get all 3 of these right to win them all. Next is the Scion. Is it $10,173, $13,410, or $20,674? You can't go over unless I lose. Did I go over? Again, number 2. That car is worth $14,855. Now, if I get this next one right, I will win all 3 cars. That will total close to over 150,000 or close to $150,000 in cash. Oh, well, sorry, just car values alone. So this is a very big decision. This is the Cadillac XLR Platinum. Is it $75,294, $82,129, $87,435, or $91,318? I'm going to guess and say it's $87,435. Did I pull it off? No, I did not. That was an $80,252 car. I should have picked the $75K option. That means I don't win all three. But it just comes to show how close I was from doing it. And again, AubreyS is selected, which means I have a 50% chance of winning in Contestants Row, which is a nice stat to be in. Now, the next item up for bids is a trip to Phoenix, a 5-night trip, part of Southwest Airlines vacation package. So I've been to Phoenix before. It's a pretty nice city. I'm going to say $3,100 as one of my bids. I'm going to also put $2,750 as my second. 5 is going to be $2,000, and I'm guessing 14 is going to be the $1 bid. Always like a $1 bid. Actual retail price for the trip is $3,745. That is mine. I'm already up $9,820 in prizes, and now I'm going to play for our brand new Mercury Sable. Wow, how conservative. I think my grandfather had one of them. Anyway, it's a nice car. It's a Mercury Sable, and it's more or less. So all I got to do is figure out if the price is more or less than what is presented. So for instance, is the price of a Lane Tapestry sofa more or less than $610? I'm going to say it's more. And it is. So I got myself a sofa. It's actually $1,179.78. So the next one is an off-road motorbike. Is it more or less than $1,370? I'm pretty sure it's more. Do I have a bike? Indeed so. It's worth $2,018. 2 for 2. Now, we got to move on now because this is for the what is it? The Broyhill Atchaloom Dining Group and Flatware Set. Yeah, these names are just impossible to read. Anyway, is it more or less than $4,870? I'm going to make a guess and say it's more. And it is so. The price was $5,438. I've learned that these big-ass dining room sets are not cheap. So anywho, here we go. If I get this right, I will drive home in a brand new Mercury Sable along with all those other prizes. That would be basically close to, who knows, over $30,000 or close to it. If I can figure out if the price of this car is more or less than $21,700. Let's see. I'm going to guess that this car is actually, I'm going to say it's lower. Did I win the car? I am an idiot. It was $2,100. Actually, it's $24,197 for the price of the car. But I did win close to about $9,000 in prizes. That puts me up to $18,454 in prizes that I've collected so far from my character's play. And I got a person in for the Showcase Showdown, and I got a person in for the regular showcase. So I'm still looking kind of good right now. All right, so the next item up for bids is the Okio DVSP 1008B DVD player. Wow, back when DVDs are possible and popular. Anyway, number 15. Now, mind you, Okio is a very popular brand and very expensive. So I'm not going to short guess the price of this item, and I'm going to put $1,300 in for my bid. $1,000 for player 5, $1 for player 14. 25% chance of a win. Actual retail price is $2,240. That means I will get to play, and I'm pretty sure this is the last game of the game, or pretty much the second to last. I didn't keep track, but anyway, the point is, What am I playing for this time around? Playing for a Dodge Durango Hybrid. Ooh, that is really, really good. Now, it's finally the damn $1 million game. If I can get close to 10 cents from the actual retail price of the total of all items, I will win myself $1 million. But I gotta do it with the following items. It's a Carpet Fresh, a can of pea soup from Campbell's, disinfectant spray. Wow, too topical. A can of bacon soup, some butter popcorn, and that's it. So I'm playing for a prize worth over $44,731. Actually win. So that's just for my records. I shouldn't have done that, but who cares? Anyway, I'm going to type in my price for the Carpet Fresh. Now, I haven't bought Carpet Fresh in a while. My goodness. I'm going to say $3.29. Now, the price of the 11.25 ounce can of the green pea soup, that's a pretty big can, so I'm going to say $2.49. The disinfectant spray. I don't really know the size of it, but I know it's pretty expensive. I'm going to put $7.99. All right, the price for the Campbell's bean with bacon soup. This is the 11.5 ounce. I'm gonna put $1.79. And finally, the popcorn, $3.99. All right, so all the prices are in. The total comes up to $19.55. The price of the Fabric Fresh is $4.95. The price for the Campbell soup is $1.95, so you're up to $6.90. The next one is $7.29, so you're up 70 cents. $2.05, not too bad. You missed that one by 0.26 cents. If I get it close, I can win everything, including the car. $18.59 for a difference of 96 cents. I just won myself a brand new car. No. That is awesome. If I was close by just 10 cents, it would have been even sweeter. But so far, that's a huge chunk of change. And 2 AubreyS are in the Showcase Showdown. So all this means is that I just have to not screw up. And I can get both of myselves into the showcase, which essentially means I'm guaranteed with something. And that doesn't help when it's 85 cents from player 19. So 85 cents is now the top price. I got to get either 90 or higher, $1 for a possible shot at a lot of money in the bonus game. But let's see what happens. I just got to get to 85 cents or higher. And that 85 cents just pulled off. That's gone. 45 cents is not really a great position, but who cares? You need 55 cents for $1. You need 40 cents for a tie, 45 for the win. 45 just went away. 35 cents would be really nice, but it won't be enough. The 40 cents is right there. Can you get to 40? No, that won't happen. So now it comes down to the big winner right now with the most amount of prizes out of every player so far today, with over 46,000 just on those 2 main games alone. $1 could be it. Is it it? No, it's 15. No. Talk about robbery. 85 cents for $1. You need 70 cents for a tie. 75 cents for a win. The 75 just went away. 70 cents is good enough. 90 would be too much. I don't think it's going to help you there. So it's going to be player 19 versus myself for a shot at it all. And let me tell you, it's going to be a very big showcase. I mean, if you've seen the prizes that we gave away earlier, you can only imagine what would be in the showcase. So here we are. keep in mind that in the showcase, if a player comes close to $500 or less than the actual retail price of their showcase, that's $1 million plus both showcases that can be won to either player. All right. So if we are ready, 19, since you won the most in prizes, this is your showcase. It's a bubble chair, a grandfather clock from La Rochelle, an air hockey table, scuba equipment, and I imagine something can go well with scuba equipment. Well, you're going to travel somewhere with a really nice RV with your scuba equipment, so that is pretty much what's up for grabs. It's a scuba equipment, air hockey table, grandfather clock, a bubble chair, and I guess a RV showcase. Now, do I keep it or do I pass it to me? And I'm going to I want the big cars if I was player 19, so I would pass it. So it goes to myself, AubreyS, the player that's trying to actually earn all the prizes. And I'm going to wager, because that RV alone, I imagine that's like $70,000. So 70, 75. I'm going to say $83,650. Yeah, I'm being that accurate. All right, so I put 83,650 for me. Number 19, this becomes your showcase. Playing for a cradle, Carcian cradle, a steam oven, a sailor, a day sailor, 2 GPS receivers, and I'm pretty sure it goes well with, that's right, another RV. Haha, no big fancy cars for anyone. It's the Winnebago View. So each of us are playing for some RVs. And this time, how much do you think your showcase number 19 is worth? It's going to say 89,000. The bids are in. Remember, if anyone is $500 or less closer to their actual retail price of their showcase, they win both showcases and $1 million. So this is a pretty big moment for each player. Player 19 wagers 19 grand on the showcase. Actual retail value is $105,404 for a difference of $16,404. I wagered 83,650. If I'm closer than 16,000 and change, I win it all. My actual showcase is $94,085 for a difference of, that's right, that's all mine, baby. I'm pretty sure I have won over $100,000, but just my character alone has netted over $100,160 to be exact. Wow, what a great $1 million spectacular, was it? Thanks for watching. And just to wrap up, these are the prizes that I've won in today's game. I won the Hooker South Bay Dining Group / American Altier dinnerware package worth $6,075, a trip to Phoenix valued at $3,745, a Lane tapestry sofa valued at $1,178, an off-road motorbike valued at $2,018. Also, the Broyhill Atch Alum, I guess that's, I honestly, I guess it's an heirloom thing it was trying to say. Dining group set with the Fiesta flatware valued at $5,438. And a big prize, which is the Dodge Durango Hybrid valued at $44,731. I also won the big showcase. That includes the bubble chair, the La Rochelle grandfather clock, the air hockey table, the scuba equipment, and my own RV. That showcase total was $94,085 in prizes, meaning the grand total is $159,510 in prizes. Not too shabby for a day's work.